Hope and Focus is a wonderful organization. It's a close-knit group of patients and families who are really committed to addressing Leber congenital amaurosis and some other retinal diseases. There's a lot of courage, there's a lot of tenacity because these conditions are challenging, and there's a lot of hope. And I love being in the presence of these families because they're so inspiring with their journeys and how they deal with challenging vision loss, but yet how they remain optimistic and really commit to the mission of driving research and working together.
One of the beautiful things about being here at this conference is all of the feelings that we have had are validated here. We see the other families, we see the other children, and you share stories, and you learn that your story is like many of the other stories. And it really just continues to help you push forward and do the best for your children so they can live the most beautiful, thriving life. But to really have the support of Hope and Focus is amazing.
The conference is a really good experience because you feel like you are in a family. You are with other people who have the same genetic condition, so you feel that you are not alone.
Talking with the different families is really great. We are getting contacts from them. I found a family from Canada in Facebook group that we met here in person. It's really great, and sharing this experience is really priceless.
There's nothing cooler than coming to conferences like the ones put on by Hope and Focus. This is really a chance to interact with the people that I've dedicated my entire career to helping. And for a basic researcher like myself, that patient interface is not something I get all the time. I'm not a physician, so being able to see the direct impact that our work is having on the patient community is incredibly energizing. I met a little girl yesterday who traveled all the way from Turkey, and I've been emailing with her parents since she was a baby, and she gave me a hug, and she just gave me a note that said, "I love you," and that means everything to me, everything.
Meeting the families, watching these kids, listening to their questions that they have, they are clearly empowered. There's a sense of urgency, which is inspiring for me. And I think that's the piece that industry and regulators and payers need to understand, is that patients can't wait. Individuals who are affected by blind conditions that are getting worse every day are anxious to find something that will help them. There's over 7,000 plus rare diseases. Fewer than 5% of those conditions have a treatment that's available or even in development. And what is it going to take? Number one is certainly finances. There's a limited number of dollars out there. So how do we get our voices heard above all of those other diseases that are bigger? Diabetes, cancer, cardiovascular disease, for a rare disease that may only serve 100 people. It's really important that we get the voice heard and rise above the noise of those other diseases that are getting more of the money than they are.
Coming to the Hope and Focus conference helps to facilitate these just genuine connections that you can't find anywhere else. I hope that the families leave feeling empowered, excited, motivated, leave with a renewed sense of energy that they're not the only ones that are in this fight. There's a whole community around them, community of other families, communities of researchers, and pharma and biotech companies that are all behind them to find treatments for LCA. They have a voice, and using that voice is absolutely critical in advancing therapies and treatments and bettering the lives of families who are affected by LCA.
What I saw today was an eye-opener that many years ago, LCA, you would hardly know that anyone or any family is going through this emotional turmoil. And when I saw patients and their families, they're open to research, they're open to talk about their experiences, and all the scientific and clinical community alongside with patients and families that we're going to work together to address this. I think Hope and Focus is actually giving us hope and the energy in this field to address these rare diseases.